Get ready for the action, because we are kicking things off with major news from the NBA world. New York Knicks star center Karl-Anthony Towns just revealed a major upset in a historic auction. Towns admitted he was outbid for a one-of-one WrestleMania 41 patch autograph trading card of the legendary Randy Orton after making a substantial offer, making this card the second most expensive WWE trading card ever sold. We dive into the details of this high-stakes bidding war and what it means for the star.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we have some huge news regarding the New York Knicks playoff journey. The team is officially resting up after sweeping through 2 rounds of the 2026 NBA playoffs and is sitting on the couch while Detroit and Cleveland figure out who comes next. We look at the betting numbers suggesting the market isn't worried and discover why the Knicks are viewed as the overwhelming favorites heading into the conference finals. Find out what this rest means for the team's momentum. We are breaking down exactly what has made the New York Knicks a playoff juggernaut so far. Nekias, Duncan, and Steve Jones Jr. Break down the performance, highlighting how the team has elevated its ceiling through 2 playoff series. We analyze the standout performances, noting how Karl-Anthony Towns acted as a hub and how OG Anunoby defended relentlessly, setting the stage for what's next. Finally, we face the big question. How do the Knicks stack up against the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals? We examine the matchup dynamics, looking at the defensive strengths of Detroit versus the offensive firepower of Cleveland, and what the recent personnel moves, like the James Harden trade for the Cavaliers, mean for the series outcome. Stay with us to find out who will join New York in the championship race. New York Knicks star center Karl-Anthony Towns was the unfortunate loser in a recent high-stakes auction, falling short in a historic bidding war for a rare piece of WWE memorabilia. Towns revealed that he was outbid for a one-of-one WrestleMania 41 patch autographed by the legendary Randy Orton after placing a $40,000 bid, as the card ultimately sold for $42,100. This transaction cemented the patch as the second most expensive WWE trading card of all time. Randy Orton himself commented on the auction, stating that the highest bidder deserves the gear he wore at WrestleMania 41 as an additional prize. Following the Knicks' sweep of the Philadelphia 76ers to reach the Eastern Conference Finals for the second consecutive year, Towns now has time to pursue new endeavors after missing out on the coveted Orton card. The New York Knicks enter the conference finals with a significant advantage, bolstered by a dominant playoff run and the anticipated return of key players. The team has swept through 2 rounds of the 2026 NBA playoffs, resting while other contenders like the Detroit Pistons and Cleveland Cavaliers navigate their own paths. Betting markets reflect this confidence, with the Knicks favored heavily as a -175 favorite in the Eastern Conference Finals, according to DraftKings Sportsbook odds. This strong market perception is supported by the Knicks' recent performance, including winning 7 consecutive playoff games, 4 of which in a series sweep against the Philadelphia 76ers. During that sweep, New York set a playoff record by achieving 25 three-pointers in a single game and maintaining the best plus-minus in playoff history with a +194. The immediate challenge lies in the upcoming series against either the Pistons or the Cavaliers, both of whom are tied 2-2. The outcome will be heavily influenced by home court advantage. If Detroit advances, the Knicks start on the road. If Cleveland wins, New York secures the first 2 games at Madison Square Garden. Regular season data suggests Cleveland presents a slightly tougher matchup, particularly given Detroit's strong home record. However, the situation is complicated by the Pistons' recent struggles and the Cavaliers' current hot streak. Crucially, a major factor easing concerns is the status of Knicks forward OG Anunoby. Despite straining his hamstring late in Game 2, Anunoby is expected to be fully ready for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals without any minute restrictions. Anunoby's previous playoff performance was strong, averaging 17.3 points and 2.5 steals per game in a prior series. With the market already positioning New York as the top contender and their best two-way player returning, expectations are high for the Knicks to advance toward the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks have decisively shifted momentum into the playoffs, with analysts highlighting the team's emergence as a playoff juggernaut. In a recent discussion, Nekias, Duncan, and Steve Jones Jr. dissected the Knicks' performance, emphasizing the factors that have propelled them forward. Despite facing elimination in previous matchups, the team demonstrated significant resilience. Key observations pointed to the Knicks' superior flow and stronger pressure points, particularly in defensive situations concerning Jalen Brunson. Analysts noted that the Knicks experimented with various defensive schemes, including switching, dropping, and two-on-ball coverage, and were not solely reliant on one strategy to succeed. The conversation drew comparisons to past series, with one analyst drawing parallels to a Karl-Anthony Towns versus OG Anunoby matchup in the first round, highlighting the effectiveness of KAT as a hub and Anunoby's strong defensive performance. The second round was likened to a Jalen Brunson series. Crucially, the analysis stressed that the opposing team, the Sixers, struggled to find a consistent answer against Brunson, lacking comfort with deep drop coverage. The Knicks' ability to raise their ceiling in the postseason, demonstrated across two series, has earned them a rightful opportunity to compete for a championship. With just 4 games remaining, the team has earned its shot. The Eastern Conference playoff landscape remains highly competitive as the Detroit Pistons and Cleveland Cavaliers battle through their second-round series, with the outcome of Game 5 set to determine the path to the Eastern Conference Finals. The series is currently tied 2-2. For the New York Knicks, the immediate focus is on tracking the Pistons and Cavaliers to gauge their potential third-round opponents. The Knicks will enter the conference finals having enjoyed a week of practice and rest following a low-stress sweep of the Philadelphia 76ers. Head coach Mike Brown emphasized the importance of internal focus, stating, "You can always get better. It's about us," highlighting the value of self-improvement regardless of the opponent. Analyzing the matchup against the Pistons reveals a historical advantage for New York. Detroit was the clear regular season powerhouse, finishing 60-22 to secure the number 1 seed. Historically, the Pistons held the Knicks' number, boasting a 3-0 record in head-to-head meetings, winning each contest by at least 15 points and 2 by over 30 points. While the regular season is not a perfect predictor of playoff outcomes, the Knicks are keenly aware that Detroit relies heavily on its defense, which ranks second in defensive rating and third in opponent scoring. The Pistons have remained stingy in the postseason, allowing only 100.9 points per game while maintaining a defensive rating of 106.1, featuring an all-world stopper in Ausar Thompson. However, Detroit's offensive struggles, particularly their below-average three-point shooting, present a potential vulnerability. Conversely, the Cavaliers enter the fray bolstered by a significant roster shift. Following issues with Darius Garland, Cleveland traded him for veteran scorer James Harden, adding another potent end-of-game finisher alongside Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell is averaging 26.7 points per game in the playoffs, while Harden averages 19.9 points, 6.5 assists, and 4.7 turnovers, proving crucial in clutch moments against Detroit. The Cavaliers possess a formidable frontcourt, anchored by Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, which could challenge Detroit's interior presence, particularly Karl-Anthony Towns. However, the analysis suggests the Cavaliers lack the personnel depth to fully counter the Knicks' core players like Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges. Ultimately, while Cleveland may be better equipped offensively to engage in a slugfest, the key question for the Knicks moving forward is whether their established personnel can overcome the defensive strength of Detroit and the potent offensive firepower emerging from the Cavaliers. The home court advantage for the Knicks against the Cavaliers, given Cleveland's poor road record in the postseason, will also be a critical factor in determining the conference finals matchup.